Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where I think we're in a sufficiently strong situation here that we're ready to take some risks. Now, I checked our mech bay off camera just a moment ago. Everything is completely fine there. We do need to do a little bit of promotion, but there is a mission that I saw that I'd like to attempt. And note that I said attempt, because it is definitely 1,000,000% a risk. So we're going to continue working our way through these trees here, of course, but that's all of our training done for now. And the mission that I'd like to do is this one. This is going to be spicy. So that's 3.5 skulls. And Darius is probably going to yell at us about this being difficult. And fair enough, he should. He absolutely should yell at us about that. He didn't. I'm actually shocked. This is almost 2 full skulls stronger than our lance rating. This is quite a risk, but it also may pay off tremendously if we can get our hands on some Diamond Shark heavies. That would be amazing. That is our goal right now, is getting our hands on those heavies. Once we have heavies, things open up tremendously for us. So that is definitely something to consider, but we're in a good position. We can scrap a lot of mech parts for some quick cash, and vehicle parts as well for some quick cash. We've got almost 4 million C-bills in the bank. And we've got 27 days before our next financial report. So I think this is a reasonable risk to take. We need to destroy the supply convoy and escape with a secondary objective of destroying the convoy guards. The Diamond Shark control of this world is nearly absolute. We've identified a point of vulnerability, however. They move supplies and weapons by convoy, and those convoys are lightly defended by a single lance of mechs. If we destroy enough of their supply convoys, their other operations will be weakened enough for our forces to move in and take advantage of their fragility. We don't want to tip our hand, however, so we'd like you to engage in a little guerrilla warfare on our behalf. It's a solid plan, Commander, as long as they're right about the defenses being light. Well, we're about to find out.
Command interface initiated.
Now, this is in an urban area. So I am expecting... Okay. So I am expecting that we are going to have a small issue with being ambushed, is my guess. Where is the convoy's denial zone? There? Okay, and where do we recon the route at? There. They could go up this direction. They could go over this direction to get there. This is probably the more likely route. So, this is a suggested deployment zone. Just looking at these height differentials. So essentially, we would have to deploy over here and make our way up this way, and maybe be chasing the convoy. Alternatively, we could deploy here. And hopefully not be chasing the convoy. We'd be deploying mostly in this parking lot. That should be okay. Let's give that a go. Now, I don't believe we have... Oh, we do have allies. Okay. Where are they at? They are over here. Okay. So we have eyes on the target, and what is their path that they're going to take? It looks like they're coming this direction, which would be ideal. You know, I waited as well, specifically for this to not happen. Oh well. Our company colors are magenta anyway for this exact reason. It's just a visual issue. It's no big deal. So at this point, we are going to move this Centurion over and work on engaging this. This really doesn't look too bad. A Shadowcat 3, huh? Shadowhawk 2C. I was hoping that there would be some bigger boys here. There may still be. We'll see. I'm going to move up the Centurion to this position. It is likely to take a fair amount of fire from here. We see a Prowler, an Oro, a Shadowhawk 2C. We don't know what this guy is technically just yet. 5.8%. I actually should have reserved and allowed them to move. I think I'm just going to brace the Centurion here, just to reduce some of that incoming fire that we're expecting. Okay, that stray shot made me a little sad, but they also stray shotted their mech over here. The Shadowhawk 2C. Who else do they move phase 20? What are you? Interesting. It's attacking our allies over here. Very, very interesting.
Ready to rock.
Okay, at this point, I think I'm going to reserve. We'll let them move. Locust moves up. Goes for this guy. Does 4 damage. Sure. Phase 19. That'll be this mech. We don't technically know what this is just yet. It's a Shadow Cat. Okay. Going for that Locust and missing everything. I like it. So our allies will engage over here. We're not too concerned about keeping them alive. Ooh, okay, they've got double Gauss.
I'm taking some serious hits.
And that's definitely something to consider. Our friend the Centurion moves up, goes for the Shadow Cat, misses everything. Phase 17. Where are they going to move? It's going to be this mech. Okay. It's going to jump on top of a building? Nope, next to the building. Okay.
Reporting minimal damage.
Yeah, so they've got a similar loadout there as we have on our Veagle with the AP Gauss rifle. So that'll be fine. We're going to move up with our Shadowhawk 2C here. And we're going to take up this position. We're going to take a look at hit odds here. 13.8, 13.8, 23.3, although a good option of stray shotting here.
Acknowledged.
We'll go for that Stormcrow, and we did in fact stray shot this guy pretty heavily. So I'm pretty happy about that. Okay.
What do you need?
So this Hunchback is going to move up to here, but I'm actually wanting to sprint it to here for the same stray shot purpose. 31.5, 11.7. Yep, we're going to go here. We have the potential of stray shot. We didn't get it that time, but we did get a hit or two into the Stormcrow.
I'm receiving you.
So we're going to move up with our Ghost here, and we're going to sprint in for maximal evasion. 6.9. Yeah, these aren't great odds. I think we're going to not fire the SRMs and look to just not build heat, potshot this otherwise. 20 damage in. I like it. Okay, our Blackjack is going to move up to over here. And we're looking to drop some artillery on this clustered structure over here. Now, they have 2 vehicles here, and we're definitely going to go for an Inferno round.
Acknowledged.
That was a really bad shot. Okay. Well, there's 7 damage into the primary target. Ah, we didn't see this guy previously. Okay. That's fine. So next, our Veagle is going to make its way on up. This position is probably pretty bad to fire from, in all honesty. What do we think the odds of stray shotting this are? If we can make this guy unsteady before next round, that is kind of a big deal.
Got it.
And we did. Great. Okay, so next we're going to move up with this Hunchback. This Hunchback, of course, took a Gauss slug to this arm already. That was a stray shot. We're going to move up to here with our Hunchy.
I'll try.
And 32.1 versus 32.1. Okay, we'll just fire on this Shadowhawk 2C with a bit of a pot shot here. And we did, in fact, get a structure exposure. I like it. This Centurion, at this point, is going to move up over to here, kind of out of the way. And we're going to hit this guy as hard as we can in his exposed arm here.
Locking off. All weapon systems.
Yeah, that was pretty good, actually.
That hit something good.
Okay, phase 12, this vehicle will move up. Okay. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. We don't mind that. Our allies are going to keep these guys tied up for a good amount of time. That's a whole lot of nothing going in there. We should be able to eliminate these fairly swiftly, especially with them stacking together the way they are. Okay, going for the 4x1. That's acceptable. Okay, allied turn. We'll see what our allies decide to do. We don't have a lot of allies over there, but we should have enough, in theory. The Locust moves on up. Goes for a rear arc attack on the Shadowcat. I like the idea, but the execution left something to be desired. Stormcrow moves over. Does not fire.
Good to go.
Fascinating. Our Shadowhawk 2C is going to close in over this way, I believe, and we are going to look to eliminate their Shadowhawk 2C. This is actually going to be a pretty devastating blow to this guy, I think.
Roger.
Or we could miss the large heavy laser on 87%. I guess that works too. He's going to move now, which is unfortunate. That was a solid hit on the rear arc of that Prowler. I like that. So we'll see what the Shadowhawk decides to do here. It's going to jump. And brace. Fair enough. Okay, so we are now going to move up with this Centurion. This actually gives us a rear arc on this Stormcrow, with good hit odds on the Ultra AC-20. I think we take this. We only hit with one of those, but that's fair enough. Okay, phase 18. That's going to be their Shadowcat 3. Moves over, goes for the Pylon. That's great for us. I like that a lot, actually. Phase 18 is going to continue to be this Medusa over here. Barely doing any damage to the Centurion, who is now in a good position to move over and rear arc attack that Medusa. We'll see if they actually do that. So our Hunchback 1G here, I do want to move it up to here.
There. Okay.
This is the right arm, so this one, I should have angled it this way a little bit more. But we'll go ahead and fire the heavy rifle into... I was going to call this the strong arc, but given that torso, this may not be the strong arc. Indeed. We took out 2 of their jump jets.
That looked like a critical hit.
Excellent. Who else is moving in phase 17? There is this Shadowcat over here. That isn't a concern to us at this juncture. Also going for that Centurion. Okay. That is completely fine.
Right.
So our Hunchy is going to move up over here, I think. That'll be okay. And I would absolutely love to hit this guy. I feel like our stray shot potential is high here. But our kill potential is also high, if we manage to hit.
Roger.
Okay, we didn't hit, but we also didn't stray shot.
I'm under heavy fire.
Yes, you are. Well, we did stray shot, but not with anything important, I don't think. The Gauss hit up over here, anyway. It was... right? Or did we hit here with the Gauss? We may have hit here with the Gauss. If we did, it's not the best, but it's also not the worst. I'm going to move up with the Ghost as close as we can here.
Got it.
The Ghost is going to try to draw some fire here. And we're going to fire on this Stormcrow rear arc with everything we've got. Yeah, our hit odds aren't the best, but we're going to give it a go. And we could very easily do a lot of damage to the Stormcrow, potentially even killing it.
Affirmative.
And we did kill it. Fantastic. So there's one down. Next up, the Veagle is going to position here. And I think we're just going to target this guy. What we're looking for here is just AoE stray shots. Okay, that'll work. Next up, our Blackjack moves on up. We will position here. The Blackjack is going to go for the Prowler as well. We're going to fire in Inferno mode, direct fire, and hit their entire convoy.
Copy that.
Fantastic. That was quite a bit of rear arc damage into that Oro. That was nice. The Badger Prime moves up. Goes for the Ghost. Okay. And we're going to move up with our Centurion here. I feel like maybe we go for the Badger Prime and look at potentially a kill. Potentially a kill. I think the odds on it are a little long, but we'll give it a go. We did get the melee hit there. It's a structure exposure and a kill. Fantastic. Okay. The Oro moves up. We'll see what it does with that Gauss. Ow. 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 Well, there goes our Ultra AC-20. That was really unfortunate that all 3 pulse lasers hit the arm there. Oh well. Oh well indeed. We didn't really have the ammo to make that tonnage efficient, so it's okay. These vehicles are not going to last very much longer.
Losing lots of armor.
Prowler moves up. And actually ejects due to burn damage. Reinforcements are dropping over here. We see a VTOL, a Striker, a Rio, a Long Tom. Oh my. Okay, so that's going to be interesting. This Centurion lost its Ultra AC-20, obviously, and we're going to move up over to this position. What's in this arm here? Nothing. There's nothing in that arm. Okay. So we're going to move on up to here, and we're going to fire on either of these is okay. And I think... What? No. Either of these is okay, and I want to just check armaments here. I feel like the Oro is the bigger threat. So we'll put some rounds into that. The Shadowcat 3 moves up, goes for our friend the Locust. That's okay. Every round that goes into these guys is a round that doesn't go into us.
Yep.
This Centurion at this juncture is... Let's see here. He moves phase 19. He has not yet moved. Okay. I think we move into the fire here. We don't really care about the heat on this particular mech. And we go for the melee attack on this Oro.
Okay, Jagger. You and me.
We didn't miss the melee. It's a structure exposure, but it's not a kill. Okay, so the Shadowhawk 2C moves now. And just goes and hides behind a building.
Orders.
Okay. Our Shadowhawk 2C is going to move up to here.
Acknowledged.
We have a structure exposure on that Oro, but it's on the wrong side. I think we're just going to go for the coup here. Unfortunate on the large laser. The Shadowcat moves up, goes for that Locust. It may get a shutdown here soon. It didn't there. That's okay. The Medusa moves over, and they're continuing to fire on our allies.
Yeah?
Okay, our Veagle is going to move up over this way a little bit.
Consider it done.
We're not going to fire the ERPPC here. We definitely don't have the heat budget for that, but we'll fire everything else. Okay. I was hoping that that coup would die. There's no doubt about that. Centurion moves up, goes for the Prowler, gets a pretty solid hit into the side arc there. Multipurpose VTOL moves up, goes for the 4x1. Okay, that's fine.
Yes, Commander.
At this point, our Ghost is, I think, going to move up to here. And we're not going to fire the lasers. And we're just going to go for the kill on the Oro. I don't want to take any more Gauss rounds, if I can at all help it. Now, that Long Tom is definitely concerning to me. There's no doubt about that.
Reporting. Enemy vehicle removed.
So we'll have to see what we want to do about that Long Tom. Oh, that's actually a structure exposure on the coup there. That's nice.
Orders.
So our Blackjack is going to turn around here, I feel like. We do have the extended torso twist, so we're going to position, like, here.
Affirmative.
We're going to go into indirect mode. And I want to drop an Infernal Arrow 4 on this Long Tom. Yes, it has a lot of armor.
On it.
That was not ideal. Not ideal at all. I'm very, very concerned about that Long Tom. That's the only thing that I see here that I'm super concerned about.
I'm here.
Okay. Our 1G is actually in a good position to just attack this Shadowcat rear arc. We could position it, say, over here to exit the flames.
Moving to position.
And then potshot this rear arc. We're probably not going to hit it, but that's okay.
Day, easy.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm here.
Now, the Hunchi is going to turn around
Position confirmed.
and begin engaging this helicopter over here. We actually have very good hit odds here,
Acknowledged.
and it didn't go well. Okay, Long Tom, what do you got? They have direct LOS back there on this pylon? Oh, that was the Prowler, I think. Okay, that's fine. No concerns on that front.
Getting banged up real good here.
You're okay. Here we go. Ow.
I'm on.
Hey, warriors, show 'em what you got.
Okay, the Vector moves up. Honestly, though, the Long Tom here isn't that big of a deal. Phase 23, let's see what our allies do. They're still engaging these guys over here. And they're not doing a great job of it, in all honesty. That's a structure exposure on the Prowler, I suppose.
Yes, Commander.
We'll take it. So at this point, I think that this Centurion is likely... That's on the left side. So we'd want to move in, like, over here
10-4.
and finish off this coup. Like so. Okay, so that's 80% of the convoy.
Back the vehicle.
The Shadowcat is going to fire on the pylon. It may get a kill there. And it does. Okay. So there's one of our allied units completely gone at that juncture. Shadowhawk 2C moves up. Goes for our Centurion. That's not surprising.
Armor holding.
Okay.
For orders.
So we're going to take our Shadowhawk 2C over this way. And we're going to engage these guys. So we are going to engage this Shadowhawk 2C, I feel like. He is pretty close to dead, actually.
Firing a full salvo.
That was a pretty impactful hit, actually.
Standing by.
And our Ghost is going to move up here as well. I would like to get these guys eliminated before we deal with the reinforcement lance too much. Now, we are definitely going to have some heat generation here. We're going to fire just this medium laser, I feel like.
Taking the shot.
That was not the best shot I've ever seen, but okay.
That hit something good. Watch my heat.
So, let's see what our Centurion friend decides to do here. That Prowler's really close to dead, but it's not dead yet. Shadowcat 3 moves up, goes for the Shadowhawk 2C, gets a pretty heavy hit there.
Losing armor left and right here.
Okay.
Yeah? What can I do you for?
Our Veagle is, I think, going to come down over here and help engage the air assets of the reinforcements. We can easily fire this. I want to tag first before anything else. And I'm going to fire the ERPPC. Okay. We didn't succeed in killing it, but we did some damage.
What now?
The Hunchback 1G is going to move up to here. And we will fire on that Shadowhawk. We may or may not hit.
Alright.
And we didn't. Okay. Phase 16. It's going to be the Medusa. He's going to come in and melee attack the Centurion with a charge that he misses. That was actually a big misplay on their part.
Yep.
Okay. This Centurion is going to... I would like to move up here. This isn't the best position, but it's okay. And we will fire on one of these. Technically, our hit odds are best on the Medusa. Our heat is going to be way up there. But I think we're okay. Take it.
All west. Go.
Reasonably solid.
My heat gauge is getting pretty high.
Okay. The VTOL moves over. Goes for the Hunchy. That's fine. Okay, our Blackjack is going to look at their positioning over here. I think that we have to continue dropping Inferno Arrow 4s on that Long Tom, or attempting to, anyway.
Firing.
Man, another bad shot. Sad. Okay, so the ICV moves up. No real threat there immediately. Our heat is high on the Hunchy, there's no doubt about that. I'm going to Vigilance the Hunchy here. And we are going to fire on the VTOL. We are not going to fire the ER medium lasers. We did get a single hit there on the VTOL, but not much. Prowler going for the enemy Prowler. That means that we can now evac. That is excellent. So where is our evac point? That's the question. And do we want to go for it?
It's on now.
They didn't fire with their Long Tom there. That's actually kind of huge. Okay. So, next up is going to be our Hunchy. Our Hunchy is going to hold position, and we're going to go for, I believe, the Vector here. Yeah, 100% we go for the Vector.
Confirmed.
That's a kill. Fantastic.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Okay. So next up, who do they move? The Shadowcat 3. This is going to hurt. Hurts a bit, for sure.
Reporting serious armor loss.
Yeah, but your armor is holding. That's the important thing here. We're going to move up with this Centurion,
Roger.
and I want to continue going for this Shadowcat, I think. Yes. Take him out if you can.
Roger that. Target confirmed.
That was all armor damage. Unfortunate, but he is unsteady. When does he move? Right now. So that's not impactful at all. The Locust moves away and attacks the Shadowcat 3. Do they move the Shadowcat over here? Or the Shadowhawk? The Shadowhawk. Yeah. Okay, that could have been far worse.
Taking heavy hits, Commander.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
receiving
okay. The Ghost is going to step forward to here and have a
Affirmative.
good choice of targets. We can fire here, 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 or here. And technically our hit odds are best on the Shadow Cat 3. They're not going to be great no matter what we fire at. I think we're going to go for the Shadowhawk 2C and hope for a kill on it. We can fire the SRMs only.
All right.
We took out the mag shot ammo. That wasn't as
Reporting
impactful as I
critical
was hoping.
My heat gauge is
But our
getting
hit odds
high.
weren't the best either. The Shadowcat moves up, does not fire because of its heat,
Standing by.
and that is completely okay. We can move up with our Shadowhawk to this position. Our Shadowhawk has taken a bit of a beating. I'm going to Vigilance it, and we can fire on the rear arc of this Shadowcat with decent hit odds. Now this would pretty dramatically overheat us. But actually this looks okay.
Locking in all weapon systems.
Unfortunate. We keep missing with that large ER laser, and we failed the shutdown override.
Shutting
Wait,
down.
less than 60%? It said 10. Okay, well, that's a good hit on the Medusa's rear arc, actually. I would have gone for a melee there, but the Shadowhawk 2C is definitely going to be a target here. There's no doubt about it. The Medusa jumps and fires on the Centurion. I'm okay with this. Now, the Centurion took a bunch of damage there, but that's okay. So, next up, this Centurion is going to sprint in to this position. And we're going to take a look at our hit odds here. Yeah, not great on this Shadowcat. Not great on anything, really. We're going to go for the Shadowhawk and go for the kill, though. We are building up a lot of heat here. Gonna not fire the medium rifle to sink just that little bit of heat. That did a lot of damage to the Shadowhawk,
Critical hit.
but it did not kill it under any circumstances. Okay. That's fine. We don't mind that.
Commander.
So, our Blackjack is going to continue attempting to drop arrow 4s on this Long Tom. We've not been very successful thus far. That one was successful, though.
I'm out of LRM.
Excellent. They're going for the Shadowhawk 2C. It's okay, I guess.
Hey,
Our Hunchback here is going to position here. And we're going to fire on the Shadowhawk 2C. I'm a little surprised that we don't have LOS on this guy. Or rather, this guy. I guess it's the building blocking it.
here we go.
Sad. Lots of misses there. Okay, our Veagle could actually position somewhere over here. I'm just wondering if we can get into a position where we have unobstructed LOS with this Shadowhawk. The answer is a big fat no. Alternatively, we could head up over this way and use the Veagle to engage these guys. I think what I'm going to do, though, is I'm just going to position the Veagle here.
Let's go.
And we are going to fire on this Shadowcat. Try to do some damage to it. It's pretty fresh right now. And we're getting so much chemical fire that I don't see.
Roger that.
Ooh, that was actually some really good stray shot there.
Hey,
And
hey,
an ejection.
what's the
I'm
heat?
very happy to see that. I'm not surprised that they're going for that Shadowhawk. That is expected. Okay. Phase 7, they didn't fire the Long Tom again. Do they not have any more Long Tom ammo? We don't actually know.
Yes, Commander.
That would be amazing if they didn't. We're going to move up with our Centurion here. And our Centurion is going to be in a good position to go after this Shadowcat's rear arc. Now, we've already softened this, and we may or may not kill it, but probably not. That was some pretty good damage, and we actually did take it down. Nice. So our ally is going to move up with their Centurion and go for that Medusa. I was really hoping they'd hit that and get a knockdown. No such luck. The Medusa moves now. That's fine. I don't mind that at all.
Orders?
So this Centurion is, at this point, able to move up to here.
I'm there.
And we can close in on this Shadow Cat. And if we fire the medium rifle, we do sink a tiny amount of heat.
I'm on it.
Okay, that's a weak side exposure there. I like it.
Watch my heat.
So the VTOL moves up, goes for the Hunchy, tags it. That's fine. At this point, we are going to restart our Shadowhawk.
Systems are back online.
That's what we've got. And our Hunchback is going to fire on the VTOL here. Now, we have good hit odds. I'm going to not fire this ER medium laser for heat purposes.
Okay, I'm on it.
Man, we just can't hit with that Gauss, it seems. Sad. Let's see what our allies decide to do here. They're going for the Medusa. This may be a knockdown. That is a knockdown. I like that a lot. Okay.
Orders?
Our Veagle is going to move up to here.
Move order.
We can fire on this guy. We can't fire the ERPPC because of heat. That's okay. We'll get into that weak arc. Very nice. He's now unsteady. He moves phase 11. The Locust moves and fires on that Medusa. Gets a little bit of damage in there.
Standing by.
So our Ghost, I would love to get into a position where we can attack that Medusa. I don't think such a position exists right now. We're just going to move up to here. And we're going to fire on this Shadow Cat with what we can, which at this point is only SRMs.
Affirmative.
That's actually an engine destruction. I did not expect that.
That's a kill.
Okay,
An eye on my heat, Commander.
that's nice. So this Hunchy is going to move over this way and begin engaging the reinforcements. We're going to fire our heavy rifle on the multi-purpose VTOL. This is our last heavy rifle round.
Die.
And it did hit.
No more AC-20 ammo.
Excellent.
Yes, Commander.
Our Blackjack is going to keep on doing what it's doing, dropping arrow 4s on the Long Tom. We are out of infernal arrow 4s, of course. A reasonable hit. We have shredded off some armor off of that. Okay, they're going for the Hunchy. That's not all that relevant. The Long Tom didn't fire for another round. That's a huge deal. Absolutely enormous. So we're going to move up over this way with our Centurion.
Coordinates.
And we're going to fire our, not last round of ATMs, but very close to last round of ATMs into this Medusa. Get a decent chunk of damage there.
Commander.
Our Shadowhawk 2C, I would love to get up to a position where we can fire on this Medusa. Sadly,
On
we
my
can't.
way. Double time.
So we'll position our Shadowhawk 2C there. Our friend the Centurion showing some truly spectacular weapon prowess. We're going to continue to fire on this VTOL.
Roger.
And continue to miss with the Gauss. Oof. This is getting increasingly improbable. The Ghost is going to move up this direction and sink heat.
Good to go.
The Blackjack is, once again, going to continue to drop arrow 4s on this Long Tom.
Locking on target.
Not a great shot, but it did some damage anyway. The 1G is going to sprint up over this way. We are looking to engage
Throttling
these
up
enemies.
For what it's worth.
If they really only had the one Long Tom shot, then we got a little lucky with that. Actually, a lot lucky with that. That Long Tom could have shredded us.
Good to go.
So I'm very happy about that. I want to take the Veagle up over here. And with the Veagle, we are going to go after that multi-purpose VTOL. Yeah, do this.
Firing on target.
A solid hit. Very nice.
Confirmed.
This Centurion is going to move back a little bit and sink heat. They're going after the Medusa there. Sure, they'll do a little damage. Locust moves and also goes after the Medusa. Does a little damage, as expected. Phase 12, let's see what they do. Wait, what was that pilot incapacitation?
Oh.
Did that Locust just incapacitate itself? I think the Locust incapacitated itself. Okay. Very awkward. Long Tom moves up. Does not fire. Fascinating. So the Medusa goes for the Centurion. And that's that entire round.
Yes.
I like it. We're going to move in with the Shadowhawk 2C here. And we're going to go for the rear arc attack on this Medusa. Our hit odds are quite good.
Copy that.
And we still miss with everything. Oh man, we're getting bad rolls here. Oh boy. The Centurion moves up. Also misses.
I'm receiving you.
I think I'm going to send the Ghost over to help against the Medusa. It feels like we might end up needing it. Who do they have moving phase 19? Was that the... No, it is the Medusa. Okay. Going after that Centurion. That's fine. We don't mind that in the slightest.
Something I can do.
Our Veagle is going to move up, and surely at this point we're going to take out this VTOL. Right? Yes. Finally.
One more for the trash.
Excellent.
I'm out of LR.
So our Hunchback, I would love to get into a position where we can attack that Long Tom. And in fact, we can. We can position it here. And we have some solid hit odds on that Long Tom. We still miss with the Gauss rifle. Like I said, this is becoming increasingly improbable. We're going to move over with our Centurion to here and attempt to get some instability onto this Medusa.
Roger.
A little bit there.
My LRMs are out.
That'll do fine. And we're going to move in with our secondary Centurion and do the same thing.
Confirmed. Here we go.
Okay. A little bit more instability there. That's what we want to see.
Ready for orders.
We're going to drop another Arrow 4 onto this Long Tom. We can see that it does still have ammo. It's just choosing to not fire. So we need to eliminate it as soon as possible. It's a little bit more damage
Right
there.
here.
The 1G is going to move up to this position.
You say so.
And we'll do what we can here. Now, next round, we're going to take the 1G up to fight in another direction. But
Target.
we'll get 2 damage into that Long Tom. And more importantly, spread out a little bit. Phase 11 is going to be the Striker. Okay, that's fine. And we'll see what the Long Tom does here. It misses with its Long Tom. I like it. Now we could evac, right? Our evac zone is right there. It's a very convenient evac zone, but I don't think there's a reason to, in all honesty, right now. So we're going to move up to here. Our hit odds on the Medusa are going to be relatively low.
Taking the shot.
Okay, we got some decent hits in there.
Critical hit, Commander.
Nice. The Centurion doesn't fire. Its heat is too high.
Yes, Commander.
Our Centurion is going to move in over here. All we can fire is our medium laser, but that's what we'll get in there. We did miss. That's okay.
That's a miss.
Yes, Commander.
So this Hunchback is, at this point, I'm actually surprised that we can't melee this guy. But we're going to move up over here,
On my way.
and we are going to attack with our Wrecking Ball and Machine Gun.
Roger that.
Excellent.
Standing by.
And this Ghost is going to position over here,
Order acknowledged.
where we can pot-shot this guy a little bit with our medium lasers. And otherwise sink some heat.
Fire in.
Another pair of misses on 77%. Yeah, this is just one of those where it seems like we got a poor roll seed. We're going to move up with our Veagle and look to fire on that Long Tom. And I'm going to fire the bolt-on rockets. I want this Long Tom dead. And there it goes. Perfect. I'd love to actually salvage that Long Tom.
Report one less vehicle.
Now then, the Blackjack. We're going to drop an Arrow 4 on the Striker, since it's the furthest away from any allied units, I feel like. That was a terrible shot. Absolutely abysmal. Okay, the ICV firing on the 1G. This is not surprising.
Damage looks light, Commander.
Indeed.
Aye, aye.
So our 4x1 can move up a little bit here. We're going to mostly need to sink heat this round, though.
Orders.
And this Centurion is going to position over here
10-4.
and hit the side arc of the Medusa.
Locking off. All weapons.
Okay, that was very solid.
Critical hit.
The Medusa moves phase 9. Okay, the Striker moves back, fires on the Hunchback, actually stray shots the ICV a fair number of times there. And that's a knockdown on the Medusa again. And a pilot ejection. Excellent. So all we have to deal with now is the 2 vehicles. Seems easy enough. This episode has definitely gone on for a while, but no point in cutting it at this point. I was thinking about cutting it earlier, but then I was like, I haven't done a long episode in this series in quite a while, so here we are. So we're going to move up over this way, and we'll just finish this off as soon as we can. Our Shadowhawk 2C is going to need to try to make its way over this way, and that's okay.
I'm here.
Now, our Hunchback 4x1 has an LOS here. What are the hit odds on it, though? Actually kind of decent.
Aye, aye. Engaging target.
We hit everything there. I like it.
Standing by.
So this Hunchy is going to move up to here. This is rear arc on the ICV. But all we've got is the machine gun. We will fire it.
Target lock. An enemy's rear.
And this should be our last Arrow 4 round. We'll drop that on the Striker and hope that we get a reasonable hit on it. Nope. Okay.
I'm out of long-range missiles.
So you are.
Yes, Commander.
So our Veagle is going to move up over this way and sink heat. And then the ICV moves. Going for that Hunchy. We can't really close in for melee attacks with them. The Striker moves now. Let's see where it decides to go. Closes in a little bit. Okay.
Light hit.
That's fine.
Standing by.
So the Shadowhawk 2C is going to make its way over... It really can't go up this way. It should make its way over here.
No target.
This Centurion isn't really able to contribute to the vehicles at this moment. We'll make our way on over. Our ally isn't going to do anything.
I'm here.
The Ghost is going to attempt to make its way over this way, but there's only so far it can go.
Orders.
Same with this Centurion. We're going to make our way up over here.
Moving to full throttle.
Okay, phase 17 is the ICV. Oof. Unfortunate.
Pull me out.
Oh, you're fine. There wasn't anything in that arm anyway. The Hunchy moves up. We have a rear arc available on the Striker. Is that worth taking? I feel like it isn't. I feel like we go for the ICV.
Locking in target.
And we missed it. Okay.
Receiving you.
So the Blackjack is out of Arrow 4 ammo at this point, and we're going to make our way up over this way.
Right
Our Veagle is going to position here. and hope that we have good hit odds on the ICV. And we do. We have pretty good hit odds there. Unfortunately, we miss basically everything. Okay. We're going to close in with our Hunchy, and we don't get LOS here. Phase 13 is the Striker. It positions in such a way that we can easily kill it this round. Okay, I think we're good.
Orders.
So, our Shadowhawk is going to move up over here.
On the move. Full speed.
Excellent. Centurion closes in. We don't care.
Yes, Commander.
The Ghost is going to move in over this way as well. And this
Right
Hunchy
here.
is going to go for, I think, the side arc on this ICV. Do it.
Yeah.
We didn't penetrate the armor. Sad. We're very close, though.
I'm receiving you.
The Centurion is going to sprint in up over here. And our Veagle is going to move up over this way, and we're going to go for that Striker. This should be a kill.
Acknowledge. Target's taken.
Our damage kind of spread out all over there. Striker moves up, goes for the Hunchback 4x1. That's fine.
Armor holding.
I like how the helicopter's rotor is still going.
I'm here.
Okay, we're going to move up to here, and I really think we finish off this Striker.
All weapons, fire.
There. No more Striker.
Move her down.
Next up, we're going to move this Centurion over. Actually, we can't make our way through here. We could take down this building, though, and that's what we're going to do. To open up an avenue through here.
Target destroyed.
Okay. Next up, our Blackjack is going to have to make its way around here. And now the ICV moves. I was hoping it would be dead by now, but alas. Man. That Hunchback is taking a beating, but we're okay for now.
Aye, aye.
Our Shadowhawk will make its way as over here as it can. And we are going to move in with this Centurion. This is, I think, going to be strong side, but it doesn't really matter.
Target locked.
25 more damage into the ICV.
I'm here.
And we'll move up with our Ghost. Yeah, this is fine. There's another 25 damage into that side arc.
Ready for orders.
Our Veagle will move up.
Moving.
This could very easily kill.
Engage.
It didn't. Okay, the Centurion we don't care about. It's completely irrelevant to us. And we're going to move up with this Centurion here. And we're going to go for the kill in this side arc. But we're going to miss a bunch of stuff. Yeah, to be expected.
Aye, aye.
And our Hunchback is going to move up.
Let's move.
Our hit odds aren't the best,
Here we go.
but they're good enough. Well, we took some damage.
Vehicle trash.
We didn't really run into as many big boys as I was hoping for, but even if we just get that long tom, I'm going to call that worth. It was a long one, to be sure, but we kind of knew that would be the case. We were going into a 3.5 skull mission with a 2 pip lance, so we were punching way above our weight there. Our allies definitely helped in the fact that only one long tom shot hit. That helped a lot too. We did lose the Ultra AC-20, which it hurts a little bit. Stormcrow and Shadowcat. You know what? I'm going to refuse that. Okay, let's see what we've got here. A couple of mobile long tom parts. I don't know that I care that much about it because we don't have any others. Let's see what else we have here. There's a lot of ER lasers, Gauss rifles. Here's that long tom artillery, and I definitely want to take that. There's an Ultra AC-10 that we could potentially replace our AC-20 with. I like that. A lot of this I'm willing to roulette, though. I'm looking for Long Tom ammo right now. And there is some good Long Tom ammo here. So we could take 2 tons of regular Long Tom ammo and 2 tons of Inferno ammo, and that'll be plenty. I like it. I would love to get this UAC-10 ammo. Hopefully we roulette that, because we're not going to be able to use the UAC-10 unless we get the ammo. We did get an LBX AC-10, which we might be able to utilize. We can get rid of this tag, the small pulse laser. We do have 1. I'll keep it around. Generic armor, pass on that. Engine core 155 will keep. Heatsink +2 isn't bad. Generic heatsinks, mask. We did get LBX-10 ammo, so we can utilize the LBX. That'll be okay. Overall, we got ourselves a Long Tom, and I think that's good. We're going to need to do some mech refits, though, that is for sure. Once we know how much this is going to cost to repair, and that's not going to be the full repair cost, because we're going to have to replace 2 arms, but once we know how much this is going to cost to repair, I will go ahead and put a cut in here. This episode has stretched on to be a pretty long one, there's no doubt about that. That is for sure. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and let's see how much this is going to cost to repair. I'm expecting it to be pretty substantial. In all honesty. Well, you gonna load? Yeah, there we go. Excellent. Yeah, about 250k. That's really not as bad as I was expecting, though. I was expecting like 350k. I'll take it. So that cut's going in now, and next episode, we are going to work on some repairs and refits. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.